that you guide my steps, that you will help me to get clarity and words of encouragement from you. Calm my heart. That's what it is create me a clean heart. Like when here's the deal. Last night I lost my temper. That's not ever right. Okay, but this is my house. And if I think something is wrong, I'm going to say it. Period. That's what it is. I'm not going to sit around and pretend like everything's hunky dory. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. If you don't want to take what God has to say about this situation, then the door is there. I can't stop that. I'm not going to go crazy and say everything out loud for everybody to hear. But I will, if you want. Everything in me wants to fight. Defend myself. Want to treat me like I'm some kind of nothing. Like I don't care about you. Say I'm a hypocrite. That's everybody can hear that. Because I lose my temper? Yeah, I lost my temper. You damn right I did. This is Dave. He loses his temper sometimes. How did the whole thing start? Because I said, if you're not going to do something about your kids, then I will. Because I think your kids are getting hurt by all of this. That's how it started. So I'm not going to just stay quiet anymore. That's why I say you can leave. That's the truth. Everything against what I think. We have 4 cats in this house. I didn't even want one. We got dogs that you're going to breed. I don't agree with this. So I live my life out loud. Here it is. I don't hide anything. Want to make me out to be some bad guy? I love you guys. You want to say it's illegal for me to charge you to have you pay the bills? I should just let you live here for free? Is that what you said? I live my life out loud. So this is, I guess everybody can see it. Because words are going to be said about what Dave did. This is what Dave did. Dave said, if you don't do something about your kid, then I'm going to do something. I yelled one time and she shut up. You said something about hating your kids. As if. I hate my kids twice in their lives. Threaten me like you got me by the balls because you're paying bills. I just dropped $1,000 on the yard. I'm putting money into whatever. It shouldn't matter that you're paying bills. You're getting money from a job that's set up for me to have a personal assistant. I'm trying to get off of disability. Right? I'm trying to do my best to move forward to get off of disability so I can provide something for everybody. That's what I want. But I can't open my mouth at my house. This is real. This is how Dave feels. So you all are welcome to watch it. You want to call me a hypocrite? I'm a hypocrite? I'm doing my best to move forward with this whole thing in the state of where it came over. Like, I want to move everything in a positive direction. It always comes back to the transgender issue. I don't ever bring it up, but I'm not. You're gonna say I do bring it up because I don't affirm that your wife is a boy. I'm not ever going to. It always comes back to that. Nobody's ever told that girl in her life that she was enough. And I'm not going to pretend that it's not a lie from the pit of hell. And I have a problem with you teaching that to the kids. So if you don't like that, you can leave. This is what it's about, huh? I'm some kind of bigot. I'm not going to do it. I won't do it. Loud and clear, for the whole world to see, for the whole world to hear. I'm an open book. I do have my faults. I do make mistakes. I do lose my temper. Maybe I shouldn't have yelled. Every day you're yelling and swearing at them kids. Don't act like I'm the only one in this whole thing that has some kind of temper. You got the kids thinking something's wrong with them. That's not where the trouble's coming from, you kids. Mama, we listen to. You know,
What if matter is not fundamental and information exists before particles? Imagine an infinite non-local field filled with quantum frequencies. Every direction exists as angular frequency, phase, and probability. This hidden field exists beneath space, time, matter,
saw my reflection
hopefully,
in a river of
going to church today helps.
Drifting through the silence, past forgotten hearts. Light was drawing circles on the edge of the sky, like a dream remembering.
You sit around on the couch all day, every day with a phone in your hand. You don't do DoorDash because your wife can't keep it down.
Where echoes in the rain, every wave becomes a memory.
Yeah, I'm still young.
Returns again. When
This is Dave Young.
horizon, with shadows made of light, spinning through forever, on the other side of night. Black holes turning slowly, like records in the dark, playing songs of distant futures. Inside every spark, every path becomes a question. Every question leaves a sign, like reflections crossing oceans through the geometry of time. I can feel the whole world breathing in the spaces in between, like a billion hidden stories flowing through what can't be seen. Every light becomes a signal, every signal leaves a trace, every trace becomes a picture on the horizon's face. Mirrors on the horizon, we're echoes in the rain. Every wave becomes a memory, then returns again. We're mirrors on the horizon, with shadows made of light, spinning through forever, on the other side of night. If the stars are only windows looking back through time, then maybe we're the answer to a question still alive. Maybe every distant heartbeat, every hope and every fear leaves a ripple in the darkness that another soul can hear. Entangled through the silence, separated by a breath, holding conversation softly across the edge of death. When the final stars grow quiet and the galaxies unwind, a new dawn waits beyond the darkness, like a memory in the mind. We're mirrors on the horizon, we're echoes in the rain. Every wave becomes a memory, then returns again. We're mirrors on the horizon, with shadows made of light, spinning through forever, on the other side of night.
You try to say that I don't love the kids because I tell you you can go stay someplace else, but you won't allow me to interject anything into their lives. You keep them away from me because I don't support your trans agenda. That's life. That's how it is. And I will speak on it. You want to tell me I don't love the kids because I asked you to leave. I'm not changing. I'm not ever going to support any of that. Period. Try to tell me I don't love your kids because you're lying to them. I don't love your kids. I'm not supposed to get upset with that. Here, for all the world to see.
On the other side of night. On the other side of night. Well, I rode across a valley where the stars refused to sleep, and every trail kept winding through secrets buried deep. Folks were drawing maps and numbers, trying hard to understand, but the answers kept on shifting like
Explain to me what I do that's hypocritical. Please. Please explain to me that.
dust across the land. One trail met another, then another crossed again, till the crossings made a picture no one saw till near the end. Every track became a story, every story left a sign, every sign joined all the others like a melody in time. At the edge of every sunset, there was a record made of light, keeping every whispered story from the day into the night. When the trails grew close together, when the harmonies aligned, Darkwell started spinning records, cutting grooves through space and time. From the border came two echoes, one stayed hidden from the view, one kept riding on the record, everything the first one knew, like reflections of still water,
Doing what though?
like a needle on a groove. What we call the world around us is the
What the
song
therapist
those
out there.
records
The
prove.
therapist ain't here to see you yell and swear at them all day, every day. Okay? You want the truth? There's the truth. and I'm not supposed to say anything. That don't work no more. That does not work anymore. You're gonna have to leave.
Every groove preserved a story, every scratch preserved a song, every spin replayed the footsteps that had traveled all along.
Do you think that I care if disability, which I'm trying to get off, takes my personal assistant who does not do any work around the house anyway for any money she makes? All you have to do is keep your house clean. That's all you have to do. And you don't do it. Not even close. You think I care if they take that? When I'm trying to get off of disability as it is? Is that how my life's going? That I'm worried about if you're gonna pay my bills? If you don't pay my bills, I'll pay my bills. Act like I don't love you when your job's through me. When I stepped out of your life, when I keep my mouth shut, well, I'm not keeping my mouth shut anymore. That's where we're at.
The chemist got reaction,
And I'm doing it out loud for the world to see. So other people can see where I'm coming from.
physicists chase symmetry.
Saying, how am I being a hypocrite?
Got a notebook trying to solve the mystery. Meanwhile,
You don't think I'm loving you?
information smiling 'cause it's right.
You've got to be kidding me.
history. Every path became a memory, curving softly through the night. Every memory left
I'm not ever gonna affirm any of that line.
borrowed light.
Period. It always comes back to that.
Began unfolding what the hidden record sent, unzipping all the sides.
I don't have to. There's nothing's ever gonna make me play that game.
Turning
I'm not
hidden
going to do it.
songs to holograms, turning holograms to sight, building
So
worlds from
if you
borrowed
don't think that's gonna start,
harmonies, drawn from records.
it's gonna
cut
get
in
to
light.
this every time.
Sight, sound, taste, and touch. Every
Because
face and
that's
every name,
never going to change.
built from songs of pure connection.
And that's not being hypocrite, that's speaking
Different
truth.
phrase.
There's nothing wrong with her.
Though we seem so far from one another, though we seem so far apart, the field still holds
Say I
the
don't love
whole collection. While the world
I don't love you guys.
performs
You
its
have
part.
gotta be kidding me.
What feels distant still is present. What feels lost
Because
still
I
leaves
won't
a trace.
Affirm
Every
this
life
lie.
becomes
Period.
a verse
I'm not
line
doing
and a
it.
song no time can erase. The old record keeps on turning long after the day is
Everybody
done.
can hear that. I'm not
Every
ever doing that.
ending
Anybody
finds a
who's
doorway
being
back toward where
lassoed
we
in by
first
that
began.
transgender
The
lie,
final note grows quiet, and the
you're
stars
perfect
have
the
had
way you
their
are.
say. The record finds
I'm
the
not going to
starting
stick
groove,
around anymore
and the song
and watch it.
begins to play.
I'm gonna
The
speak
signal
loud,
truly fades. The
and if that comes off
library
as a yell,
slows back into
then I'll yell it from the
field of
rooftop.
questions. where probability flows.
And that, my friends, is righteous anger.
I was standing in the shadows of a life I didn't own. Every mirror told a story of a heart turned into stone. I kept chasing your reflection in the corners of my mind, but every step I took with you just left myself behind.
Do you think that I care if they take your job?
Every tear I ever swallowed was a war I had to hide.
When I'm trying to get off this I don't want us to stay here. I don't want to be, I want to be able to leave this house because I have it to give you. Because there's more. Because there's something to give my kids. And there's something to give your kids. And there's something to give my sister. And there's something to give my other sister. That's what I want. But I can't speak my mind and say this is wrong. Well, I am going to. And I'll say it not only to you, but to the whole world. It's a lie. I don't support it, any of it. I don't affirm it. I won't ever affirm it. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
Silence feels like music and the pain is turned to gold. Every shattered piece is stronger than the lies I used to hold. I can hear my heartbeat.
And you're gonna hold me under some blackmail because you're paying my bills. You're paying rent for where you live. You're paying less rent than you would be if I would have left and left you here with her. Because then you'd be paying rent and bills. And you're not paying that, and I didn't leave because she was going to go to school. How's that going? How's the job going that you lost 3 of them in 3 weeks? Throw it all out there, huh? I'm not supposed to lose my temper. Yeah, well, you know what? This is Dave. I'm a real person. I'm not hiding from anything. I want this whole thing to take off and God takes with it what he does. And I want to take everybody with me. And you think you can blackmail me. Yes, I'm not helping you. Right? Because I don't love you. Maybe it's a good reason why you leave. You're not throwing me under the bus.
I choose me instead.
Here it is for everybody to see.
of a life I didn't own. Every mirror told a story of a heart turned into stone. I kept chasing your reflection in the corners of my mind, but every step I took with you just left myself behind. I was dancing on a wire just to keep you satisfied. Every tear I ever swallowed was a war I had to hide. I was fading like a whisper in a storm I couldn't fight, till I heard a voice inside me saying you deserve the light. Every broken piece is calling out my name. Every silent scream is rising from the pain. I can feel the fire burning through the shame. Tonight I won't be the same. Choose me. Through the fire, through the fall, through the ache in my bones. Choose me. Even if I stand alone in a world I don't know. I was lost in your gravity, drowning in your sea, but I'm breaking every chain, setting my heart free. Choose me. I remember all the nights I tried to rewrite who I was. Every sorry that I whispered just to earn a little love. I was bending every boundary, I was breaking every rule just to fit into a picture where I only felt a fool. Now I'm walking through the wreckage of the girl I used to be. Every scar is like a roadmap leading me back to me, and the silence feels like music and the pain has turned to gold. Every shattered piece is stronger than the lies I used to hold. I can hear my heart beat louder than before, like a drum that's breaking down a locked door. I don't need your love to feel secure. I finally found my cure. Choose me. Through the fire, through the fall, through the ache in my bones. Choose me. Even if I stand alone in a world I don't know. I was lost in your
The film you're about to see has no characters. If you spare a little of your imagination, it is a film to describe to you the effect of cymatic frequencies on matter.
Perfect, just the way you are. I'm not ever going to affirm that lie. And that's not only for you, but then it's for every person who's out there stuck in that transgender ideology. It's a lie from the pit of hell. And I don't care what anybody says. That's what God says. You're perfect just the way you are. If you're stuck in a desolate place. It's just here. You think you have to somehow change yourself? This is not even you. Lies.
Everything owes its existence solely and completely to
And
some.
that's not ever going to change. So let's figure out who's the one as men we put things down. We put things down. We put things down. And then
Everybody talks about motion. Everybody talks about mass. Nope, nobody stops to wonder how the moments actually pass. Everybody checks the numbers. Everybody trusts the chart. Nobody asks the question, what keeps time from falling apart? Wait, you really think a second is the same in every frame? When every clock is ticking to a slightly different game. Every atom keeps a rhythm, every rhythm leaves a sign. Every sign becomes a story written into space and time. Nah, I see clocks inside electrons, clocks inside the stars, clocks inside the galaxies, clocks inside the quasars. Different speeds, different scenes, different roads, same song, like the universe has known it all along. Hold up, the textbooks got equations, the laboratories got proof, the headlines got opinions. Everybody's got a truth. Everybody wants conclusions, everybody wants the prize, but the deeper layers waiting right in front of everybody's eyes. Maybe mass is just just a clock hand. Maybe energy's the spring. Maybe what we call a particle is a frequency that sings. Maybe every quantum direction exists before it's seen, like a compass made of futures pointing through a dream. Maybe chance and curvature are reflections in a pair. One describes the rendered image, one describes what put it there. Maybe distance is appearance, maybe separation's dream. Maybe entanglement is weaving everything into the seam. Look, the non-local field is timeless. Nothing early, nothing late. Every possible direction, every possible state. Every universe contributes, every branch leaves a tone. Every interference pattern adds a note into the song. Hawking radiation whispers as the record's being cut. Etching light upon horizons, never closing, never shut. Then a horizon starts projecting like a needle finds a groove, and a universe starts singing every time the record moves. Microtubules read the signal line by line and phase by phase, turning interference geometry into worlds our senses trace. Maybe sight is computation, maybe sound is rendered light. Maybe touch and taste and memory are holograms we read as life. The derivative tracks changes, the integral keeps the whole. One writes every frame that's moving, one becomes the finished roll. Maybe spin becomes a language, maybe phase becomes the rhyme. Maybe entanglement keeps cadence for what we experience as time. Maybe every hidden history lenses slowly into one, like countless records spin until they harmonize as one. Maybe physics reads the grooves while information writes the score. Maybe chemistry and biology are verses from something more. The first note meets the last note, the last note meets the first. Every ending feeds beginning, every cycle is rehearsed. Like a needle finding old grooves on a record without end. The universe keeps playing, and the song begins again.
I'm letting the dogs out, and then I'm going to the church. Love you guys. I'll see you around later.